Alright guys, we're heading out for a couple service calls today. I got me and Keith are both out running calls. So, and I just got another one. So, just came out on a 19-year-old train. And, just came out on a 19-year-old train. And he had said that the compressor was making some funny, like, it sounded like kind of like sparking noises. And then finally it ended up shutting down. He said the condenser fan motor actually stopped as well. So obviously it sounded like he had some issues going on. So I came out today to assess what was going on with it. And as soon as I get out there, he says, well, I've had the system actually up and running all night, so it's been great that it's been running all night now. Oh, there's some smoke. Oh, it's just somebody's cooking out. Hey, it looks like it's a fire. So we got out there, and the system was running. The compressor has a maximum run amp of 9.7, and it's like 75 degrees out right now, and the system's already running at about 7.9, 7.8, 7.9, and you can just see the digits just increasing little by little every minute. You could just see the amperage just increasing. You know, one of the first things I always check every time I come into a house is I always want to start out your thermostat and your air filter. So that can establish a great baseline right there. If you can get your eyes on that filter and see what the grill looks like. Sometimes the grill has a bunch of fuzz all over it. It doesn't look like it's been cleaned or maintained properly. So that gives you an idea. I always say I want to go to the thermostat and air filter because I want to see, A, does the thermostat work? But usually the thermostat is very close to the return, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get my eyes on that return. Because how many times do you get out to a service call and the filter is like brand new, or it's caked, like they have no idea. Well, in this situation, we got out to the house and there was no filter, and the filter grill was caked, like just the grill itself was like a 14 by 24. And it was just absolutely just a fuzz all over it, just that gray fuzz all over it. So that right there, I'm like, so you know, do you guys normally keep a filter up here? You know, that's the question. I always try to be polite about it, but I'm like, do you guys try to keep a filter up here? And he's like, honestly, I haven't kept a filter in that thing for years. I'm like, okay, no problem. So we'll get up there and we'll check out what's going on. So sure enough, I get up there. He's like, yeah, I just cleaned that filter up there, and I was like, I'm thinking evap coil. So he's like, yeah, I just cleaned the filter, and I said, oh, okay. So it looks like he had just this morning had taken a hose to the condenser coils and had also done his work to clean the evap coil, like went in and scraped it all out or vacuumed it or something. So the condenser fan motor was running fine, but once, you know, but the compressor was doing its thing, running on high amp. So I just let him know, you know, hey, when this system gets up to 100 degrees, you see yourself running at like 7.9 right now. Well, at 100 degrees, you're going to be about two digits up from that. You're going to be about 8.9, maybe 9.9 amps. And so this compressor is intermittently turning on and off, and so it will heat up internally. It will heat up and then trip a switch on the inside, and then shut down. I said, if you stuck a hose on there of cold water, that thing would probably cool off in about 15 minutes. But if you let the air cool it down, it's going to take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and a half. Sometimes a little bit longer. He starts shaking his head, starts nodding his head. He's like, yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And I said, yeah, okay, so that sounds like what's going on. I checked the capacitor, and that thing was just fine. It was a 35 microfarad, and it was at 33.7. I think at 32.7, it's below factory specs. So can't blame the high amps on the capacitor being low or anything. So I just let him know, hey, 19-year-old system, we can replace the compressor. He's like, wow, what would you do, And I said, well, I mean, it's tough to say, with a 19-year-old system, honestly, I'm not too interested in putting a $2,000 into a 20-year-old system that other parts on it are going to be failing, over the next few years. What's next? Your blower motor, your fan motor, your control board, your gas valve, it's like 200 here, 300 here. And so I just explained to him how my warranty works on systems that we replace, and I let him make the decision. Because I'll tell you what I would do, but the fact is, I let him know the fact is it's your decision. So we're technicians. We like to do repair work. But if what you want to do is replace it, then we want to do that for you as well. We have great warranties on our systems. So you decide what you want to do. So I gave him a quote for a new system, and we looked at his electrical and looked at his ductwork and everything. So his return's going to need to be enlarged. It's a 2-ton system. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I think he's going to end up going for the change out. It's just a matter of which financing option he wants to go with. We have the Y-Green Energy Fund. So Y-Green is a private company that has been authorized by the government to allow people to pay back their energy loans through their property taxes, energy upgrades through their property taxes. And there are pros and cons about that as well. Pretty good interest rate, high closing costs, $1,000 to $1,400 on the closing costs. So there's pros and cons about that. We also have SMUD financing here. SMUD financing is through the local energy company, and they offer a secured loan of 6.9%. So that's a great one. Only thing with that is they will not waive the 3-day right to cancel for a system. So they want to see that 3-day waiver, the 3-day right to cancel has to be observed, and then you can finally start the work. Well, when you get 100-degree days like this, a lot of people don't want to wait. They're saying screw that. Let's get this thing going now. I'm freaking hot. That's why I called you. So some people will wait, but some people will not wait. If they won't, then SMUD's not for them. The other option we have is foundation financing. Foundation finance is a unsecured loan where people with decent credit will likely get their unsecured loan for around 13%, and they can pay off their loan that way. Foundation finance is one that I use, and it's very easy. They pay very quickly as well. The paperwork is streamlined, and I'm very happy with foundation finance. So that's their options, and I think they're going to give me a call back. He's going to talk to his wife tonight, but we will see. I mean, something's got to give, right? They're either going to repair or they're going to replace, and right now it's up to them, and I like leaving it up to them. So, okay, guys, well, thanks for watching this one, and I appreciate it, and I will see you on the next video.